Hi, and welcome to Tailspinner Tavern. Tonight I'll be reading to you a story called Little Ghost. Every night at my window I hear the same thing. Tap, tap, tap. There's nothing in sight, but the tapping persists, keeping me on edge each and every time. I'm not the superstitious type, but I couldn't find a logical reason for it. I couldn't find any cause for the noise during the light of day. I couldn't work out why it was only ever at night. Eventually I brought it up in conversation with a friend that's into all things spiritual, and she told me without hesitation that it must be the ghost of a child. The idea of it creeped me out, something which must have been painstakingly obvious by my unconscious expression. They tried to reassure me that most young spirits just wish to be noticed, playful in nature, wanting simply validation, they said. She advised that I should say hello the next time I think it's there, and claimed that once acknowledged, they should be satisfied. I laughed it off. I felt embarrassed I had said anything, but I really was anxious about going home. Nighttime arrived, and on cue, the tapping began at my window. After summoning up the willpower, I cleared my throat and managed to let out an incredibly quiet, "Hello there." And as soon as I did, the tapping stopped. The sudden eerie silence washed over me, bringing a chill to the back of my neck. I sat there in bated anticipation, wondering whether the tapping was worse than the silence. Yet nothing happened. I guess my friend was right, and without issue, I went to sleep. I messaged my friend what happened the next day, telling her how glad I was that her advice had worked. So I went about my day without worry, knowing the mystery had somewhat been solved, or at the very least I could put a stop to the late night noise. Night was upon me in no time, and I calmly anticipated the tapping at the window, now readying myself to address this little ghost with a more confident greeting this time round. Except there was no tapping. Instead there came a knocking. Knock, knock, knock. My bedroom door had been left ajar. The knocking had come from the other side. As I looked towards the origin of the sound, I saw it. Within the slight gap it stood there. Nearly 7 foot tall, it loomed behind the door, a black figure given a clear outline by the bathroom light. Its proportions were only vaguely humanoid, and its skin did not reflect light. Instead, it did the exact opposite. It was pitch black, darker than the shadows around the door, absorbing the light around it. With one mad eye revealed, it stared at me. This was no child. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's tale.